Hello students, Namaste, how are you all? Hope all of you are well. Today we are going to discuss class 8 science chapter number 4 metals and non-metals. In the previous video I had explained you about the chemical properties or chemical reactions from metal and non-metal. Previous video I had explained you about the physical properties of metal and non-metal, the hardness, physical state, that many more physical properties like ductility, sonority and many more we have discussed in the physical properties. In the chemical properties I have explained you about the reactions of metal, as for example when metal reacts with oxygen it gives metallic oxide, when metal reacts with especially water then it gives metallic hydroxides, when the non-metal reacts with oxygen it especially gives dioxides like sulfur plus oxygen, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen plus oxygen, nitrogen dioxide and many more, carbon plus oxygen, carbon dioxide. All these things we have studied in the previous video about the chemical properties of metal and non-metal. In the last reaction about the chemical properties I had explained to you when the sodium hydroxide means base reacts with metal like aluminium. Remember I had informed you that when sodium hydroxide reacts with base reacts with aluminium, just like Al plus NaOH. So I had given you the reaction like Na2AlOH whole thrice plus hydrogen gas. That was sodium aluminate. Na2AlOH whole thrice plus H2. So that was the reaction of sodium aluminate, sodium aluminum and hydroxide reaction combination. These all are the complex and complicated reactions as yesterday I had described also in the previous video. Now today we are going to discuss specially about the corrosion. Have you heard the word corrosion? Have you ever seen that metals in the car especially which are in the garage and they are not being used many times? Have you ever seen? You might have not seen. So actually what I want to see you, we are going to discuss about the corrosion of metal. Before going to that, I just want to give you one reaction that when copper sulfate reacts with iron, what will happen? Yes, in the previous video I had explained you about the reactivity series of metal, right? Reactivity series of metal. In that I have explained you about what are the metals reactivity. Can you tell me? That was potassium, sodium, lithium, barium, calcium. Potassium, sodium, lithium, barium, calcium. These are the highly reactive metals. And if I talk about the magnesium, aluminium, manganese, zinc, chlorine and iron. Magnesium, aluminium, manganese, zinc. Magnesium, aluminium, manganese, zinc, and after the zinc the reactivity decreases the chromium, iron, cadmium. Chromium, iron, cadmium, nickel, and after the nickel, if I talk about the tin and lead, and then hydrogen. Tin, lead, I just want to write from here, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper. And after the copper there are mercury, silver, gold and platinum. Mercury, silver, gold and platinum. See, these are the few metals. If I ask about the reactivity series, in the reactivity series you can see here, first I have written about the potassium. Yes. So you can see in the potassium is a highly reactive element. So you can see there potassium is highly reactive than sodium. So potassium is the highest reactive. If anyone will ask you which is the highest means maximum reactivity element, then you can say the potassium. After potassium, sodium. After sodium, lithium. Then barium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, manganese, zinc, chromium, iron, cadmium, nickel, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. These are the reactivity series elements. And if I talk about that, if any reaction is there, just suppose here CuSO4 is there, copper sulfate. And if iron comes here, in the place of CuSO4, you can see here copper sulfate, CuSO4 plus iron. What do this mean? It will give you FeSO4 plus Cu. Why FeSO4? Why CuSO4 will not remain? Because you can see here, iron is here. Iron is more reactive than copper. Iron is more reactive than copper. So from, you can see here, the metal reactivity series decreases. You can see here it decreases. So you can remember the iron is more reactive than copper. So when the copper sulfate will react with iron, we will get a product called iron sulfate, and copper will be separated. So this was our reactivity series. After getting the reactivity series, we will move towards the corrosion, right? So similarly, any of the reaction if you will get in the reactivity series, you can displace. So this is called displacement reaction. What is called? Displacement reaction. When highly reactive element treated with any compound, they displace the compound and just form their compound. This type of reaction is called displacement reaction. What is called? Displacement reaction. You can see, and you can write also in your notebook, these are all the reactivity series of the metals. Now we will move towards corrosion. Can you tell me what is corrosion? I am telling you the define of corrosion. Just remember this define. Corrosion is a chemical action which is being eaten away due to the chemicals. The more reactive a metal, it's more corrode. Metal reacts with oxygen, water and other chemicals found in the environment, and the process gets eaten away. This process of being eaten away to chemical action is called corrosion. As for example, just suppose iron is there, okay? Iron is an metal. When iron reacts with oxygen, it becomes ferrous oxide, 2FeO, okay? So now this iron oxide, when reacts with water, it converts into ferric acid, Fe2O3. Now this is called rusting of iron. What is this called? Rusting of iron. What do you mean by rusting of iron? You will see here, just as for suppose that you are having window of iron rod in the window, okay? So you will see what? This iron rod, especially in the rainy season, if you have painted, then also they are first reacting with oxygen, they become iron oxide. After oxygen, they react with water. As they react with water, then this ferric oxide, Fe2O3, this is called rusting of iron. You will see the color has been lost. You will see that rust of the irons are coming. So when any metal either reacts with oxygen, water or the chemicals present in the environment, and that metal is eaten away, so this process is called corrosion. What is this process called? Corrosion. So if you want to write the define in your notebook, you can write also metal react with oxygen, water and other chemicals found in their environment, and the process get eaten away. This process of being eaten away due to the chemical action is called corrosion. The more reactive a metal is more corrode. As the element is more reactive, they will be more corroded. Here I have talked about the iron only, okay? Just suppose copper. Have you seen copper? Copper, when this copper will react with oxygen, what it will become? Cuprous oxide, Cu2O. Okay? So now what will happen? You will see this cuprous oxide and cupric oxide. Two types of oxides are there, CuO and Cu2O. You will see this both the oxide. Especially whenever you are using an copper utensils or copper vessel, you will see after using 1 month or 15 days, there is one layer coming on the copper. That is nothing else is the oxides of copper. As you will rub this layer of copper with the sandpaper, so you will see that again your copper utensils had started shining, because the corrosion, because the corroded part of the copper, you will see, because they are getting a layer on it. So by this way you can clean and you can just give a shine to your copper utensils. If I talk about other elements like aluminium, if aluminium also react with oxygen, aluminium reacts with oxygen, it gives you Al2O3, aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide. When aluminium utensils also you will see, especially nowadays we generally use aluminum utensils only. In the aluminum utensils, what you will see when your mama is cooking rice in the pressure cooker, after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, she is washing daily, okay? But then also, so what happens, there is a coal layers, means carbon dioxide layer attacks on it. As the carbon dioxide layer attack on it, you will see the blackish color. As when you have got a new pressure cooker, that time you can see the shining, as that aluminium was very much shining. But after 1 month or 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you will see the shining has been lost away, because this aluminium has reacted with oxygen and it has been converted into the aluminium oxide, Al2O3. Aluminium plus oxygen is equal to aluminium oxide. But you can remove this aluminium. But remember, this aluminium oxide prevent the aluminium from corrosion. Some of the metals, these prevent from the corrosion, but some of the metals, when they react with water and oxygen both, so they get corrosion, as I talked about the iron. Okay, so this was the corrosion of the metals. Any metals can be. Gold and platinum do not corrode. Remember, dear students, especially there are two main metal, gold, that is Au aurum, and silver is Ag. These two metals are being reacted with oxygen, reacted with water, then also they are not being corroded. Why? Because they are non-reactive with oxygen, means oxides, air or water. So this was the theory of corrosion. Now we are going to get a main things. If any metal is corroded, then how you will do the prevention of this corrosion. So if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. Otherwise, we'll move from this topic. We'll go ahead about the prevention, corrosion and its prevention. Means how you will prevent it. See, first of all, you will see we are putting a paint on any, especially iron rod. So the corrosion of the metal can be prevented by the following ways. The first is the application of oil, grease or paint of the metal cuts off contact with the air or moisture. This prevents corrosion and is done in the window grills, railings and so on. Got it? So first one was oiling, greasing and painting, especially when we do this in the grills. Wherever the iron rod is there, we just do a paint. So by this first method is this, by putting oil, putting grease or putting paint on it. And the second method is galvanization. What do you mean by galvanization? Have you heard the word this galvanization? Galvanization is a process by which an iron metal is coated with or dipped into the zinc. Then in the molten of coated iron or steel objects is called galvanization. So here, if iron or steel objects are often galvanized, galvanization is the process of coating iron or steel objects with zinc by dipping them in the molten zinc. Zinc is more reactive than iron, but it forms a protective oxide layer on the surface which prevents the further oxidation. Thus, the iron or steel objects are protected from rusting. You might have seen that railings in your school that are made up of stainless steel. So what happens whenever any iron rod is there? So this iron rod is specially dipped into the zinc, molten zinc. Molten zinc means melted zinc. So as this iron or steel are dipped into this molten zinc, so they get a layer, and this layer protect the iron especially from oxidizing, or you can say especially from air. It do not let the iron to react with air. If it will not let the iron to react with air or water, so what will happen? There will be no corrosion. So the second method was galvanization. First method by putting oil, grease and paint. Second was galvanization. Now the third is electroplating. Some metals are coated with the metals using electricity. This process is called electroplating, which is specially used for prevent corrosion. Alloys of metals are used for many purposes. Alloys are homogeneous mixture of metals of metal and non-metal. An alloy has increasing strength, resistant to corrosion. Stainless steel is an alloy of iron, chromium and nickel. Bronze is an alloy of copper and brass. It is an alloy of copper and zinc. So as what I am telling you, so there were the 3-4 methods. As the first, we have putting oil on it. Second was the galvanization. Third, electroplating. Electroplating is also a process by which any metal's layer is put on it. As for example, just suppose this is silver, Ag is there, okay, and on the Ag I have put a gold layer, gold water I have just coated on it, so the silver can be protected. If silver would be the reactive, then this can be protected. Just suppose about any other metal, iron, okay, you might have seen that duplicate chains are available on the market, right? It is just looking like a golden chain. That is nothing else, it is electroplated, it is coated with that electroplating gold water, so that iron can be prevented from the rusting. But as you give more reaction of air and water, so after 1 month you will see that golden chain had become iron chain, right? So this is the process of electroplating. And last one, you might have seen about the metalloids. Metalloids are the mixture of metal and non-metal, which especially have a durability to protect it from the corrosion. Like if I ask about bronze, bronze is a mixture of copper and tin. Brass is a mixture of copper and zinc. So these all the metals specially help them from the corrosion. So this was our topic of corrosion. Now we are moving towards the uses of metals and non-metals. But actually uses of metal and non-metal is a little bit high topic. So this we will study in the next video. So in the next video we'll get all the information about the uses of metal and non-metal. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends so they can also get enjoyed. Thank you very much.